We
We have
love
some
hip hop.
major updates as the closing arguments are heard for the woman who is on trial for the murder of Toronto rapper SK. And in this story right here, we're going to be breaking down the actual lyrics that were brought up in court for the song Brain Dead that was written after the fact, and what the murderer admitted to the undercover cop that was planted to hang out with her and wear a wire. Now, this is a crazy, crazy story. And just to go back a little bit, RIP to Toronto rapper, specifically Scarborough rapper SK, aka A.W.O.L SK. For the people who don't know A.W.O.L SK, he's a rapper from out of Scarborough, specifically Orton Park, the Orton Park area, a block that has issues with multiple blocks in Scarborough. But A.W.O.L SK was doing his thing back in 2018, all the way up to 2019, or maybe up to his passing in 2022, to be honest. And he was dropping music videos that were doing amazing.
Pull up, bitch, ain't no freebies. When I was not a judge, they didn't want free me. We some big dogs in the office, some peewees. Better than niggas, they said it's so easy.
And from what you can see from the music video there, it's the regular Toronto rap, drill rap music videos. So it would be expected, like a lot of drill rappers in the city, that it would have been one of his ops that took him out. But from like I mentioned in this last story and a few stories before this, the story came out that his girlfriend was the one who allegedly shot him in the back of the head and took his life.
It was December 16th, 2022, around 4:50 a.m. when police were called to 3950 Lawrence Avenue East for a shooting. When officers arrived, they found 20-year-old Jay Parker Ford lying outside his family's 14th floor apartment. He later died in hospital from a single gunshot wound to the back of his head. Parker Ford's older brother testified Tuesday he discovered his brother in the hallway, telling the jury his brother was a rapper known as SK, saying while he rapped about money, drugs, and guns, it was just to sell records, saying he was really a nice kid. In the Crown's opening address at the trial for Brianna Warner, charged with the first-degree murder of Parker Ford, the Crown told the jury they will see cell phone records showing there were communications on Snapchat in the hours before the deadly shooting between the victim and an account which used an IP address located at Brianna Warner's home address. The victim and the other individual were planning on meeting up that night at the victim's home. The Crown told jurors they will hear from an undercover officer known only as TJ, who befriended Warner in February 2023, and Warner had no idea that she was a police officer. The Crown told the jury TJ got authorization from a judge to wear a wire so she could secretly record conversations with Warner. And in April 2023, while in the car with the accused, this officer recorded Warner telling her mother that she had shot someone in the head. TJ also recorded Warner telling her specific details of the shooting. She also told TJ she wrote a rap about the shooting that she called Brain Dead.
So this is a crazy story. As you heard right there, she admitted to her mother that the murder went down. There was Snapchat messages, as well as a rap called Brain Dead that she told the undercover named TJ that she had written. But we're about to go through the actual Snapchat messages right now, as well as the lyrics to the rap and everything that has come up now in court in the closing arguments of this wild incident. Do me a quick favor while you're here and smash that like button so we can break the algorithm, and join the comment gang and subscribe. It's free.
The Crown says 18-year-old Brianna Warner carried out her plan to lure 20-year-old Jay Parker Ford, also known by his rap name A.W.O.L SK, out of his family's Lawrence Avenue apartment before shooting him dead on December 16th, 2022. The Crown submits Warner as the person seen arriving and leaving the scene of the shooting. The pants in the video, they argue, are the same ones seized from Warner's bedroom after her arrest, and Snapchat messages found on Parker Ford's phone with someone known as Bree23X in the minutes leading up to the killing are in fact messages from Warner.
So I'm trying to go through these text messages right here, or these Snapchat messages, and they're kind of hard to see on the screen, even when you go through the Global News article here or the Global News video. So I have them pulled up here, up on the screen, as you can see over here. And as I go through them, and I had to pull them up on my phone to get a little bit of a closer view, the green messages are actually from SK, and the blue messages are from the young lady Brianna. But from what I can see here from the messages, when I put a close up on it, the green message, it says and LOL yes. So I guess this is after her asking, maybe, and I'm just assuming, asking if they want to meet up type of thing. But in the blue message, it says, I'll text you when I'm there. My hands are cold as fuck walking to the bus stop. Okay. And then the green message responds, yo, yayo. So I'm not really sure exactly um the context of the communications that were happening back and forth from those Snapchat messages. Obviously, it's important enough for them to bring it up in court, but let's continue with the story here.
Messages found on Parker Ford's phone with someone known as Bree23X in the minutes leading up to the killing are in fact messages from Warner. The Crown says Warner was heard in secret recordings telling her mother and a friend she knew only as TJ, who was in fact an undercover police officer, about the shooting. She tells her own mother in the car she shot that guy in the head. The next day, she gleefully tells TJ she shot Parker Ford in the back of the head. She could see the hole, and she did it alone.
And this is what I don't understand. She admitted this to her mother. It gets pretty graphic with the way that she details it, saying that she shot him in the back of the head. She can see the hole. I don't understand, and maybe I don't know this information, or this information hasn't been revealed at this point. Why the mother hasn't been held as an accessory after the fact if her daughter admitted a full murder to her, unless she's the one who turned in her daughter. Okay, I would imagine that she must have been the one who turned her daughter in for to be able to receive this kind of graphic information about a murder, so detailed, and still be on road. So, and listen, I'm not trying to wish jail on anybody, but to, in a way, I kind of am, because if you're a mother who's holding down this information of a daughter, and I can understand you're going to hold on your kid in any situation, but like, she's telling you that she plugged somebody in the back of the head and she could see the hole, and there's another person in the car that's supposed to be her friend but is actually undercover. You can't make this up. This is a crazy, crazy story.
Ford died from a single gunshot wound, which entered the back and exited through the front of his head. The Crown said Warner also wrote a rap song called Brain Dead, which she bragged about to TJ, about the shooting of Parker Ford. The lyrics, which were found in the bedroom of Warner's home, the Crown called objectively true.
Like I said before, she created a song called Brain Dead, and allegedly the song was detailing the murder that happened with A.W.O.L SK, and the lyrics and everything were talking about the shooting. So let's go over the lyrics. It's crazy that the lyrics are actually even written on a piece of paper for a Gen Z. I know a lot of people, even myself when I was still rapping, was putting lyrics into the phone. So she actually wrote the lyrics out on paper, on a paper and pad, which is crazy. Okay, so let's go over this. Killer bee, a butterfly. I'm here in my cell laughing, and I think this is blanked out myself. A pretty sight, but I'll drain the blood straight out of you. 5'5", but I'm looking 7 feet tall. She's 18, looking like she got a belt. And I'm gonna assume these little parts that are blanked out. You a grown nigga looking like you never knocked shit. Putting dirt on my name, acting like I ain't put you in your place. Mad at a bitch cause your friend is dead. Why you ain't score yet? Moving like y'all unresponsive and brain dead. Killer bee, butterfly. And then she repeats it again. Now, looking through these lyrics here, I'm trying to figure out where these are, what's the incriminating parts? You know what I'm saying? In my cell laughing. I guess this is the hook, 5'5", but I'm 7 feet tall. A pretty sight, but I'll drain the blood straight out of you. Is that what they're talking about? This right here is kind of interesting as well. Put dirt on my name, acting like I ain't put you in your place. So she's mad about something. There's something that she's expressing in the rhymes here. And listen, this is just assuming that this rhyme has anything to do with the murder of SK. It gets to be kind of tricky when trying to use lyrics in court, because rappers rap about a lot of shit. Rappers lie a lot in raps. Rappers make up stuff. We don't know exactly when this rap was written. And listen, this is not in any defense of her, or I have no dog in the race over here. But I'm just saying, when it comes to using lyrics in court, it can become a very slippery slope. So we have to watch out from saying, oh, these lyrics are exactly about the murder that went down, when it comes to just looking at the way these lyrics come together. I don't see anything from what I'm seeing from my lyrical analysis and just my experience in the game. I don't see anything that looks overtly like an admission of guilt in these lyrics. That's all I'm saying.
Home, the Crown called objectively true. The defense told the jury Snapchat messages showed that others had animus with Parker Ford. There was no evidence that Warner was even at the crime scene, and called her rap song Brain Dead nothing more than artistic self-expression. As for what Warner told TJ, the defense admits it is a false confession, an inaccurate confession, and an unreliable confession, saying Warner's words and writings are not supported by the evidence. The defense told the jury she is not the person who shot Parker Ford and should be found not guilty. The jury is expected to begin deliberations on Wednesday.
So what you can hear from the news report right there, the defense lawyers are trying to go with, it wasn't the woman Brianna that murdered SK, it was somebody else. The admission was a fake admission. A lot of, it's going to be a hard defense. It's going to be an uphill battle when it comes to the defense team for this woman right here, especially with the admission to her mom, with the undercover cop that was in the place. As far as from the Snapchat messages and the lyrics from the song, I don't know about those two right there. They don't look as strong as it sounded before we got to see the evidence itself. But when it comes to this case, who knows? What we're still trying to figure out is a motive. When I see those lyrics that pop up in the song Brain Dead, she seems like she might have been betrayed in some kind of way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it would result in a murder of SK. So who knows what happened over here in this case right here from what the defense is trying to say, that she wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, she wasn't the one who murdered SK, and it was somebody else who actually did it. So we're going to have to let you know as the case unfolds. This is the closing arguments. I would imagine now that we're going to get, maybe it's going to take a few days, maybe a week before the jury deliberates, before we can find out the results of this case right here. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Do y'all think that Brianna Warner is the one who's responsible for the murder of SK? What do you think, if she is responsible for it, was the motive? Do you think that there was somebody else? It was his ops, because he definitely had a lot of ops out there. You think it was maybe one of the ops that got him and they planted the murder on Brianna? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. What do you think about the lyrics that popped up as well? Do you think these lyrics make Brianna Warner look guilty in this case right here? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I read all comments and try to respond to as many as possible. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We are off of this. Deuces. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.